Kelsey and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, this is mostly about trying to have a baby, but you know, it's not really working out right now, so I'm doing whatever I can. Last week and a half ago, I posted a video telling you guys to leave me some questions so I could do a Q&A video. So I figured I've gotten quite a few questions. I will go ahead and answer them now so I don't have a terribly long video. So I'm going to start on Instagram right now, and if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, my Instagram name is down below. And here we go. The first question is from Nettie GTTC. She said, how did you and hubby meet? I was actually a manager at Hungry Howie's, and he was coming in every couple days to get his office ladies lunch because he's the errand boy. So I met him while I worked at Hungry Howie's, and now I actually work with him in the same office. So that's fun. So we met at Howie's. She also asked, how do you feel about being a stepmom? Being a stepmom is the hardest thing I've ever done because I love that little boy more than I love myself, and there's nothing I can do about certain situations, and it just sucks. Being a stepmom sucks because you have no rights to anything because you're not blood. So that sucks. Next question. This is from Megan Lee Deese, who is this wonderful, wonderful soul. And she has this beautiful little baby Carter. And you guys need to follow her too. I will put her... Shoot, you know what? I'm just going to put everybody's stuff right here so you can follow them because you need to. These are my friends and they love me. And, you know, it's awesome. So Megan said... my question is, would you consider adoption? If so, what are your thoughts on adopting a child with special needs? Because her baby Carter does have Down syndrome. So, would I consider adoption? Yes, but God is going to have to change my heart and take away my desire to have a biological baby before I would go with an adoption. Like, if I absolutely cannot get pregnant and carry a baby to term, and I cannot use, you know, donor eggs or anything like that, of course I would adopt because I want a baby. I want something that is mine. And my dad was adopted. So, like, my grandparents were there at the hospital waiting for him after he was born. So, I mean, adoption is definitely not out of the question, but right now I'm just focused on having a baby that is from my body because that's what I want most, is to, you know, be pregnant and be able to give birth and to breastfeed. Like, seriously, I dream about breastfeeding. It is so stupid and creepy, but I just dream about it because I want it so badly. And what are my thoughts on adopting a child with special needs? I know right now that God has my baby picked out for me. I don't know who that baby is. If that is a baby with special needs, okay. I love everyone. I love all babies. Babies are my favorite thing in the world. I love when people bring babies in to see me at work. So, you know, if that's the baby that God has planned for me, absolutely, I will do that. No questions asked. No questions asked. All right. Well, there was only 2 questions from Instagram, so now I'll go to YouTube. So from YouTube, Katy Cora asked, what is your favorite childhood memory? Honestly, I really don't know. I feel like whenever people talk about things like that, or, you know, I talk about my childhood, I always say that Camp Timpucci was my favorite place in the world. So probably my 4-H summer camps in Destin is my favorite childhood memory because I did that every single summer. So I think that's it. That or playing in the woods with my best friend growing up, Nate. Alright, from Shell Michelle. What is your favorite childhood memory you would like your child to have? I don't know. I mean, I know Magnus is gonna remember a lot of stuff because he and his daddy play together all the time, and there are things that Magnus has said where he's like, you remember when I did this? And Lawrence is like, you were 2. How do you remember that? He's like, I don't know. I just remember. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, you know, I want to go on vacations and make memories, but I honestly am just so focused right now on actually having a child. I haven't even thought that far ahead. All right. Heidi Duncan said, what is your favorite song at the moment? Well, my favorite heavy metal song right now, because Avenged Sevenfold is technically considered heavy metal, is Roman Sky, and that is from Avenged Sevenfold. I think I just said that. I don't know. So that is my favorite. Also, absolutely love The Sound of Silence by Disturbed. My favorite worship song is King of My Heart, and my favorite oldies is Don't Worry Baby by the Beach Boys. That's my ringtone, and I love it, and it makes me happy. So Brandy, My Kids Are My World is her channel name, said, I'm also a stepmom. I just wonder how you plan on dealing with jealousy of bio baby versus stepson. Lots of baby dust and sticky vibes. So thank you for that, because I need it. But Magnus does have a little brother at his mom's house, so jealousy isn't really anything that I'm worried about, like, at all, because Magnus is so good and he is so loving, and, you know, anytime we leave, his little brother just, you know, like, runs up and gives him another hug, and, you know, they just love each other because they're brothers. So I know that whenever I have a baby, Magnus is gonna love that baby just as much as he loves his little brother. All right, it's Kelsey's Life, not me, the other Kelsey, said, hey girl, my question is, have you and your doctor ever talked about the possibility of trying Femara? I tried several rounds of Clomid and it usually made either one mature egg or none. Then when I switched to Femara, I began producing multiple eggs. I always recommend it to ladies who have tried Clomid and it's just not working out. Sending you lots of love and baby dust. I haven't, because I am still I haven't even seen him since my last IUI, but I'm still just seeing my OB because he has been okay up until now with doing all of this, giving me the Clomid and the trigger shot and having the IUI, and it's been fine. But now he's like, anyways, I haven't talked with him about Femara, but if/when I do see him again, I am definitely going to ask about it. But I honestly am really just hoping that I will start to ovulate by myself. Like, I just want to ovulate. Come on, man. I'm taking so many supplements and vitamins. Like, I don't understand. Just body work, 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 work. So I would love to try Femara, because I have also read lots of things where people with Clomid and they didn't have a very good response had a way better response with Femara. Like, I have a friend who every month she did Clomid, she was making 5 or 6 mature follicles, and I'm not. There has been 1 month out of the 7 months that I was on Clomid that I made 2 follicles, and that was in December whenever I got pregnant and had my first miscarriage. And every other time I've had barely 1 mature follicle, and they have always been on my right side. So I would definitely look into Femara if I'm not pregnant soon. Soon. All right, Carla's Kitchen asked, how many biological kids do you want to have, and would you ever consider embryo adoption or just adoption? Love following your journey and look forward to getting to know you better. I know that I want to have at least 1, but I have a feeling that I'll probably have 2. Like, honestly, I dream about having twins all the time. Like, not dream about it like, oh, I want to have twins, but like, I wake up from sleep, I'm like, oh my god, I had another twin dream. So probably 2, but honestly, I think the only way I would get 2 is if I had twins, because I don't think Lawrence wants more than 1 more. But you know, babies are love, so maybe I could swing too. Would I ever consider embryo adoption or just adoption? Well, I talked about the just adoption a couple minutes ago, but by the way, if you guys have not watched Ayla and Calebs channel, I will link them down below as well. You have got to check them out because they just got some awesome news, and oh, I've never even talked to them, but they are so awesome, and they got donated some embryos. And I'm just so excited. Like, whenever I watched their announcement video that they had some embryos donated to them, I cried because I'm just so excited for them, and I'm praying that it works. But anyways, if I had to do embryo adoption to get pregnant and have a baby from my body and, you know, be able to have a pregnancy, and that was the only way I could do it was embryo adoption, absolutely I would do it. But I'm just really poor. I mean, I'm not poor, but like, I don't have that kind of money. Alright, so Shyann from Infertility to Baby said, I'll probably end up asking what others have already asked, but how many kids do you want to have on your own? I just said 1, possibly 2. How far would you go with fertility treatments to having a baby, meaning IVF or anything like that? If that's what it comes to, I will. But right now, that is like seriously not even in the ballpark, because that's just so overwhelming to even think about how much that is. And then, you know, there's still not even a guarantee if you do IVF that it's gonna work. So I just I'm honestly trying not to think about that until that's the only option. How old are all of us? I will be 26 in a few months, Lawrence will be 41 in a few months, Magnus will be 9 at the end of this month. And what do I use for a camera mostly? Canon G7X, unless I'm recording from my phone, which sometimes I do. If I don't want to transfer things from my camera to my phone, I'll just do it on my phone. Yay! Alright, and this is the last question. It's from Miss Biv 23. She said, I hope this isn't too personal. I don't recall you saying that you have PCOS or endo. What is it that's making it so difficult to conceive? Well, I do have endometriosis, and I have had 2 laparoscopic surgeries to get rid of it. The first time I had one, I was married, not to Lawrence. And the whole time I was married then, I was trying to get pregnant as well. So I had a laparoscopic surgery, but because I was trying to get pregnant, I did not go on birth control, which is what they say you should do as soon as you have a laparoscopic surgery to keep it from growing back. Because, you know, you're either supposed to get on birth control to keep it from growing back or get pregnant to keep it from growing back, and I was trying to get pregnant, but it just didn't work. So it grew back pretty rapidly, actually, and it got so bad that like I couldn't even have someone's head laid in my lap because it was just so excruciating, anything touching my stomach, and it was bad. So I had my second laparoscopic surgery 2 Aprils ago. 2 Aprils ago. So yes, so it's almost at 2 years. Next month will be 2 years since I had my last one. And after that one, the doctor put me on Lupron, which was supposed to be 2 shots. Each one was supposed to last 3 months, and it was going to put me in menopause for a total of 6 months, so that it would suppress the endometriosis from growing back for up to 5 years. And 13 months after I had my first shot, I was like, okay, well, I'm tired of waiting to try and have a baby, because this was supposed to be over 7 months ago. So that is when I started seeing my doctor again about trying to get pregnant, because that was an extra 7 months that was not supposed to be without cycles. So my body was not working, it was not cycling by itself, and I was not making any eggs. So that is what started all of this part of my journey, was the Lupron with the menopause, and then, you know, after it was over, I wasn't making eggs. So that's why. And I'm hoping so badly that I will just, you know, bam, ovulate by myself and then, you know, get pregnant, and then I'll be like, you know what? Thanks God, because that's all it's going to take is God saying, okay, well, you've done your job, it's time for me to do mine, and I'm going to be pregnant and everything's going to be fine. So I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that everything is going to be fine. But I just have to sit here and be patient. So this is me being patient. Except not really patient. Yeah. Not really patient at all. But if I go 40 days without having another cycle or ovulating, then I'm going to call the doctor and get him to prescribe me some Provera so I can start a new cycle and then see if I'll ovulate on my own again. Today is day 22, I think, and nothing yet. So we'll see in another 18 days if anything happens. But I will definitely see you guys before then. So, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos whenever I have anything interesting to say or to show. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any more questions, just leave them in the comments below and I will be sure to answer them in the next video that I do. Make sure you go and follow all of my friends that I have shared with their questions that they asked, so you can show them some love too. And yeah. Y'all just keep praying for me, keep praying for all of us that are dealing with infertility issues right now, because this is seriously the hardest thing ever. It's so hard because you want something so badly and it's just so out of reach. So we just need peace. We just need peace. And to know that everything's gonna be okay. And I do. But yeah. So, hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you soon.